All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Indian Wells. We're almost at the end. We're the second last day of the tournament. And we have men's semi-final day. Yesterday, we had the ladies play semi-finals. Today, we've got the men playing in the semis. Tomorrow, we've got both finals on the... we're actually starting really early tomorrow. Tomorrow, they start like 11 a.m., which is crazy. I don't know why they do that, but who cares? They're doing it anyway. So, we're starting with Sinner versus Zverev, which I think, out of the two matches, probably the more interesting match, just because of like head-to-head, recent sort of like last 12 months head-to-head. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Zverev can do, and also the fact that it's hot. It's going to be a hot day. We know that Sinner did struggle in the heat in Australia. Obviously, it's different here, but still, something to consider. It's currently 90 degrees, which is not as hot as Australia. Australia was like way hotter. But let's see what's up. Is the schedule out for tomorrow? I don't think so. I can't sleep watching for the Philippines. Hey, what's up? Hey, look. Watch some tennis, and then pass out later. I don't think the schedule's out yet, is it? I don't think so. Maybe not. But again, I think it's I'm pretty sure that the way it goes is the first match is at 11 a.m. local time, and then the second match I think is at 2 p.m. So yeah, so they're not back to back. But, yeah, close-ish. Yeah, Andreescu's playing right now in a challenger event as well. So, yeah. She's up. She's on serve against Tara Rudy, another Southeast Asian player from Thailand, who we were talking about the other day. No schedule yet. Okay. No schedule yet. We will, it'll come out soon, though. Don't worry about that. All right. How are we doing, chat? How are we doing? Are we ready for the finals, the semi-finals? We've got Raducanu versus Sabalenka tomorrow. No matter what we got crazy. I mean, we got a 1-2 clash tomorrow. We could get a 1-2 clash on the men's side. We haven't had a Sinkeraz final yet. We haven't had one since... ATP finals. So we had an exhibition, but that doesn't count. So, or it doesn't, at least nobody remembers it, right? I can't remember the score. Did Alcaraz win that? I can't remember. But yeah, so I like that we haven't had a Sinkeraz final since November, because it's been a while now. All right, let's have another Sinkeraz match. I'm not mad. Whereas in Australia, I was like, oh, can we get something different? And then we didn't have in Doha, we didn't have Sinkeraz either. So it's like, okay, all right. Let's have a Sinkeraz final now. Let's do it now. We'll do one Indian Wells. I think Indian Wells is the perfect time for one as well. Because they have played here a bunch of times. There have been some good matches here. And they haven't... and Alcaraz have won both. So I think it's really a really interesting time to have a Sinkeraz match. But Zverev and Medvedev, they're not going to allow it. Remember... sound is in and out. I don't know what's going on. It must be a YouTube thing. Hey, Deb! Thank you for the 50 months. As a tier 2 member, appreciate that. Thank you, Deb. 50 months, jeez. That's a long time. That's a long time. By the way, 2022 Australian Open final, that was yesterday. I can't remember that. Oh, that was that's crazy. All right, let's go through some stats before we get to this matchup. So, most wins on the ATP 1000 level since 2022. Alcaraz leads with Alcaraz and Sinner both lead with 85 wins since 2022 in 1000 specifically. The difference being that Alcaraz won 8 and lost 5, and Sinner's won 5, but they both got the exact same win-loss record: 85 wins, 19 losses since 2022. Zverev's got 79 wins and 30 losses with 2 titles. And Medvedev's got 70 wins, 30 losses with 2 titles. So they're the 4 best players in the 1000s. Now, some of that is because Djokovic doesn't play all the 1000s. But other than that, you go, well, yeah, of course they are. I mean, think of other players that are really consistent at 1000s. You can't really think of them, right? It's like Tsitsipas, but he hasn't been great at 1000s lately. Fritz is on the list at 65 wins, but still, that was, he's up and down a little bit. So, yeah, it's these are the 4 best 1000 level players. Currently, Alcaraz on a 16-win winning streak. We'll talk about the streak because if he does win this tournament, he will be 4th. It'll be the 4th best start to a year since 1990, since the ATP started. So yeah, so if he does win the tournament, but we'll talk about that in a second. 8-match win streak for Medvedev. Zverev is obviously not on a winning streak. He's just playing Indian Wells in this one. And Sinner's on a winning streak of 9 1000 victories in a row because, of course, he won Paris last year. I don't know if the ATP Finals counts as that. Maybe it does. And then also here. So he's on a pretty big streak when it comes to this level of event. Big best of 3 set tournaments, right? Zverev, he isn't on a streak at the moment, but he is. He did actually achieve something that a lot of players haven't achieved, which is since 1990, since the 1000s come in, he made every semi-final of the ATP 1000s. Schedule's out. All right, I'll check in a second. So he is. I think he became the 4th player to do that. 5th, the 5th player to win to make it to every single ATP 1000 semi-final. So yeah, the 5th player, and I'm sure you can name the others because the others are pretty obvious. The others are very obvious. And by the way, that means it's not every 1000 because obviously there was 1000s that have been defunct. There's whatever, but 1000s that have been available to him to play. So all the 1000s, Shanghai, Paris, all the Clay Masters, the Sunshine Double, right? Canada, Cincinnati. He's made the semifinals of all of those in his career, and he joins. Where is it? I know I saw it somewhere. Where was it? Who does he join? He joins Federer, Nadal, Djokovic. I think Murray. Was that it? I think. I swear I saw it somewhere. I read it. Yeah. Federer, Djokovic, Nadal, Murray. And Zverev. So chat, again, if we're talking about best players never win a slam, making all nine, I mean, no Sampras, no Agassi on that list. You got no one else on that list. Murray, Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, making all the 1000 semi-finals that were available to them at the time, and Zverev is now on that list. So, again, I think we've got to say, like, if we're talking about who's the best 1000 level player, Zverev's on that list for sure. He's got to win a slam. He has to win a slam. He has to. I think Sinner reached all the semi-finals except Madrid. Yes. I mean, look, Sinner and Alcaraz are going to be on that list, right? If I have a look at... I think Alcaraz hasn't reached the semis of Canada or Shanghai. And I think, yeah, you're right. I think Sinner's only got to make Madrid. And then there's going to be a new 1000, so, they've got to do that too. Yeah, Alcaraz has got... Yeah, he's got to make the semi-finals of Canada. He made the quarterfinals, but needs to be semi-finals. And Paris. So he's got 3 more to go. And he could do that this year. Semi-finals Canada, semi-final, unless he doesn't play Canada, which happens. That happens. People skip Canada. Luckily for Sinner, he won Canada, so he doesn't have to worry about having to go there to get that goal. I'm sure Alcaraz will play Canada just to get it. Sinner's got to make the semi-finals in Madrid, and then he has also made the list. So he could do that. And he's made a quarterfinal in Madrid a couple years ago and withdrew before the quarterfinals. So he didn't even get to play that. So he technically didn't lose it. And last year didn't play, obviously. But yeah. So yeah, Sinner in Madrid is the only one. If he makes a semi-final there, he has got it. He has got that achievement as Zverev has got that achievement now. By the way, Zverev is trying to become the second German player or German man to get to the final of Indian Wells. Boris Becker did it back in the day. Michael Stich and Rainer Schutler also made the semis here, so he's joining those three players. You know, some of the best. I mean, behind Boris Becker, Zverev's got to be the best German player. Maybe Stich, but it's got to be, I know, Steffi, you know, all that. But on the men's side, you got to say it's Boris is number one. Stich and Zverev, there's a conversation there to see who's number two. But you got to think that Zverev's got to be top three best German ATP player of all time. You know, best in the top three, right? He's got to be. He's got to be. Also this week, with the shot quality, if you saw the preview, you'll know this. 8.8 on the serve for both players this week. A 7.1 on the return for Zverev, which is a little bit low. 8.3 for Sinner, which is high. Zverev's backhand and Sinner's backhand, both an 8.7. And Sinner's got an 8.7 on the forehand. 8 across the board, whereas Zverev has a 7.5 on the forehand in that one. So, yeah. So, 8 across the board for Sinner, which is about his average. Yeah, because his average is... Oh, no, it's above his average. His averages are... Oh, no, his averages are in the 8s. Yeah, it's about average. Sinner is having an average week for him. Above average on the serve. Average on about the same. He's average on the returns. And on the forehand and backhand, yeah, he's about where he's an 8.7 on the forehand and backhand. And his averages are between an 8.8 and an 8.6. So, yeah. He is playing the level that he usually plays. Which is kind of scary to think that, oh, yeah, Sinner's just playing his normal level this week. Yeah, he's playing average. Sinner's just playing average. He's just, just coming out here playing some normal tennis. And then you look at the scores and I'm just kicking everybody's ass, except for Fonseca, but Fonseca played off the charts, yeah. All right. Sinner felt some pain during training. Ooh, okay. We'll keep track of that. What kind of pain? Not sure if you missed your answer earlier. Just also watching doubles final. It's today after Alcaraz match. No. We won't be watching the doubles final today after the Alcaraz match because I've got to do stuff after the Alcaraz match. So, lower back pain. Okay. All right, we'll keep a track of that. It's a hot day. He's playing Zverev, who is going to make this tough. Hopefully. So, yeah. But let's keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on Zverev's fitness levels. And see whether or not we have to... consider anything. All right. It's not a packed stadium. I wonder how many people are going to be there because it is hot. And there's no shade. That's the thing about Indian Wells is that there's no... there isn't any shade during this... Like, for nobody. Top tier, there's no shade up the top. It's just totally open. It's only shade when the sun starts to set. All right. But both players are ready to walk out. And then we've got the second semi-final about an hour and a half. So if this match does go the way it should go, we should be all right here. Should make it to the next one. All right. All right. Here we go. And Zverev walking out first. In what way do you think these players' styles differ from each other? Sinner's more aggressive, right? Sinner's more of an aggressive player. I would say they're pretty similar on defense. Mainly because Zverev stands back further, so he has more time to get it. But yeah, I would say that Sinner's more aggressive. Zverev's probably got a bigger serve. I don't know if that makes it a better serve, but he definitely better serves. Sinner's better at the net. Probably better touch with the drop shots, even though he's not as good as Alcaraz. He's still pretty good, Sinner. Like he's probably better than Zverev when it comes to the variety. Yeah. Zverev probably has. I mean, Zverev's backhand is pretty good, but maybe Sinner's backhand is pretty good too. So maybe Sinner, maybe equal on the backhand. But yeah, Zverev has been playing more aggressive this week, so maybe it'll be a different version. By the way, it's really, really interesting because these guys do have a pretty good head-to-head, right? They're very close in the head-to-head. The head-to-head is, what was it, 6-4? Is that what I read? Do I remember that right? 6-4 in favor of Sinner. 5-3 on a hard court. Zverev's last win on a hard court was back in the US Open 2023, though, and that was before Sinner became Sinner, right? So he hasn't beaten Sinner on the hard court since Sinner became the guy that he is right now. Sinner's won the last 5 in a row, including Australian Open final as the big one. Zverev has pushed him, though. If you look, I'm looking at some of this. So Cincinnati 2024, it was a 3-setter Australian Open final. There was a tie-break in the middle, but that wasn't even Zverev's best match, and he still at least pushed him to a tie-break. Then, of course, last year in Vienna was a close one. I kind of write Paris off last year because it was after Vienna and Zverev was playing so much tennis. The 11-1 scoreline was just Sinner on fire, Zverev tired. And then the ATP finals last year was Sinner in straights. Again, very straightforward. But I think Zverev's, the last 2 matches they played being that easy, maybe you can put down to a bit of a psychological, having to play Sinner 3 tournaments in a row, and then you nearly beat him, you then get badly beaten, and then you got to play him again. So maybe that was a bit more of a psychology thing for Zverev, having to, not getting through that match, or not being going into that match thinking, oh crap, I got to play this guy again. So yeah, I expect a better performance here from Zverev than what happened at the, especially in Paris, for the ATP finals as well. I expect to be closer than that. Let me see what time on court they've had, because I can't recall Sinner playing much on court, but I'm sure Zverev's played more on court. So Zverev has played. Zverev has played 6 hours and 34 minutes, and Sinner's played 5 hours and 24 minutes. So Zverev's played an extra hour because he played a 3-setter against Nakashima. So the Nakashima match added to the time. Every other match has been straight sets, though. Berrettini straight sets. Tiafoe straight sets. Feast straight sets. Very, very, very easy. We watched some of those matches too. I think we watched all those matches. The Nakashima match was the epic, and then with Sinner, it's been easy for him, except for the Fonseca match where he played a couple of tie breaks. So both these guys have had a challenge, but yeah, 1 hour difference. For someone like Zverev, who doesn't, by the way, Zverev and Medvedev, 2 guys that we never question fitness. Like, we never question their fitness. We only question, like, when they've played a lot of tennis, we go, oh man, are they going to be tired? But, like, when they've been playing an average amount of tennis, we never go in and go, man, Zverev is going to be tired. Even though he's played an hour extra, you don't think Zverev's going to physically fall apart. Same with Medvedev. Like, he rarely falls apart physically, which is credit to those guys. We don't give them credit because we expect so much more, right? But like physically, I think physically maybe Zverev has the advantage against Sinner here, especially if it's a hot day and we know what happens, right? So let's see. The best chance for Zverev, I think, is to drag this out. He's got to drag this out. He has to make this physical, play long rallies, defend well, serve well. Definitely it has to serve well. Try and make Sinner's games on serve a little longer, right? Try and get his games over with. Try and win his games, to 15 or, try and get some free points on the serve. And then when it's the returning games against Sinner, try and make those games as physical and tough as possible. So don't get aced. Don't miss returns. Just drag it out on his side of the court. Again, very easy to say this. But let's see if we can do it. All right, they're just warming up the last couple of serves. The heat's definitely a factor. Yeah, I think so. I think that if it's physical, that helps. That's a good thing for Zverev. Especially if Sinner's dealing with some back issue. So let's see. All right, end of warm-up. Zverev. I don't know who's going to serve first. I really wish that they kept the graphic up for the entire warm-up, who won the toss. Because if you put it up for 2 seconds, or if you just say it, like if the umpire says it, it's very hard to know. Like, I wish they just went, they just had it on the screen the whole time. Just so then, First, hang on. Fergus Murphy in the chair, by the way. Sinner won and chose to receive. There you go. Well, at least you were paying attention. See, I'm previewing it, and I don't have time to. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm looking at chat while they're warming up. So, all right, Zverev to serve. Sinner won the toss, selected to receive. Here we go. I'm gonna go. I think I said Sinner in 3 or straight set, close straight sets. Either way, I did a video. Watch it. Go watch that video if you haven't already. Zverev to serve. People finding their seats. Serve down the seats massive. That's how you start. That's how Zverev starts. Huge serve down the tee. Huge serve to start. 15 love. There's a return. Goes in. And then a smash from Zverev. Another good serve. 30 love. 133, that serve. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is a legitimate chance for Zverev to win this game, this match. 1 in the chat if you think so. 2 in the chat if you're like, no. Backhand goes in from Zverev. It's 40 love. I feel like when we look back at Zverev's career, especially if he doesn't do the things that we think he should be do, the Australian Open match this year and this match are defining moments, right, for Zverev. And we might look back at the end of the year and go, man, if he had won this and he had won that, how crazy would this have been? This is exactly like the Australian Open semi. Where it's like, there's a chance here. You got a chance here. This is an opportunity. Alcaraz might be, nearly unbeatable, but there is moments where, I feel like this is one of those moments where Zverev could prove himself here and go, I can still play these guys like what he almost did against Alcaraz. If he beats Alcaraz, we're probably thinking that a lot of people thinking he's beaten Sinner too, right? If he beats Alcaraz in Australia, can you imagine? This match would have been a 50-50 maybe. Maybe. Considering how Sinner's done since, to start the year, right? And I said this yesterday. Menchik, Djokovic beating Sinner. Zverev's a bit of both. He's got the big serving capacities of Menchik, but he's also got the defensive qualities and ground stroke, maybe not the speed of Djokovic and maybe not the consistency of Djokovic, but he does have the defensive capabilities of Djokovic. He can defend well. And if those guys, I mean, a little bit of Menchik, a little bit of Djokovic, maybe Zverev can, maybe there is a chance. I still picked against him, but, but still, it's something to talk about. Zverev misses that second serve return. See, that he can't be doing. Can't be missing those second serve returns. You've got to at least make those shots. Just got to make Sinner hit every shot you can. Can't be giving away free points on second serves. As the backhand return goes into the forehand of Sinner. Sinner in the net. All right, 15-0. Oh, Sinner is just doing this one. So if Sinner is coming in with a back issue, that's going to affect a lot of things. Again, another reason why Zverev has to make Sinner hit every shot. As many shots as possible. 15-0. Good serve down the tee. The backhand is Zverev. Forehand from Sinner up the line. Zverev with a slice. Sinner comes in with a volley winner. Easy. 30-15. Too good. 30-15. Pretty sure Fergus Murphy said 30 love. That's all right. I make mistakes too. All right. Good serving from Sinner. 40-15. And then an ace from Sinner. All right. 1-all. Okay, 1-1. Serve. Down the tee from Zverev's an ace. Nice. By the way, for those coming in asking about Sinner's back, I'm only listening to what chat says. So some in the chat is saying that he's cut his practice short. I didn't see that. I don't know. But something to think about. And something to keep an eye on. As it goes out by Sinner on the return, 30 love. I'm looking for something. I don't know where people are finding this. And if somebody's just saying random shit, then they'll get banned. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, Sinner walked, where is it? That was a different thing. But again, not confirmed, but just something to keep in mind if it is true. As we had a 4-hand winner there from Zverev, 40 love. Yeah, we're not going to go into the details of what part of his game would be affected if it happened, because we'll just make that, we'll talk about that at the end of the set. A 40 love. And Zverev serves again. And then an ace, all right. Great serving from Zverev to start this match. As Sinner just looks at the coaches. I tell you, big serving. Big serving. All right, 2-1. Yeah, Zverev is playing so aggressive. It's awesome. All right, 2-1. I know nothing about Sinner. Yeah, I haven't seen anything either. Just a couple of people saying that he cut his practice short because of a back issue. Again, unconfirmed. Is there a secret website to watch tennis? No, but there is a non-secret website called Tennis TV. And we're actually collaborating with Tennis TV for the year. So if you want to scan the QR code and get the new Tennis TV app, you can watch the matches there. So I don't think maybe it is a secret, but now I've just told you the secret. Don't worry, don't tell. Just you and me. Hey, just you and me. Just don't tell anyone else. You can get it there. Click on the link. There's a link down below. There's a link in the chat. There's a link down below. There's a QR code. By the way, just to also, they don't show men's Grand Slams, and they also don't show WTA. It's only for ATP. So for all your ATP needs, go check it out. And they've upgraded the app too, so that you can watch matches on there. You can see all the different kinds of stuff on there, different like highlight package, like they got the highlights and stuff. You can watch those from other matches, all this stuff. So go check it out. Yeah, Leon, look, he set me up. He asked me a question. I answered his question. It's perfect. I think that was seamless. I think that was 10 out of 10 segue. 2-1. That was the easiest. That was easy. That was seamless. Thank you for that guy who asked. Oh, sweet. Yeah, no worries. Don't worry, Chad. I'm still nudging him, going, hey, my community would like something, please. Don't worry, we'll get there. It's only the first tournament. 30 love. Don't worry though. They'll be worth it. Don't worry. I'm trying. 30 love. And Sinner serves again. As the return goes out by Zverev, 40 love. And Sinner serves. A let. 40 love. As we get a let from Sinner. $40 love. And sort of fault second serve. Into the backhand, Zverev. Return to the backhand, Sinner. Zverev with a pass. Sinner with a volley. Too good. All right. 2-all. Sinner shakes the racket. I tell you, Sinner's coming to the net a lot. He's already starting to come to the net a lot. Now, again, I'm not going to be putting that down to the fact that somebody in the chat said one thing that I can't confirm. But he has come to the net a couple of times, which is actually a smart idea against Zverev, right? If Zverev's going to stand back and defend, you might as well come to the net and try and also maybe some practice for the Alcaraz match, right? Because Sinner's going to have to come to the net against Alcaraz. But yeah, he has come to the net a couple of times already, successfully. And these guys are both playing very aggressive to start this. Zverev is, playing super, super aggressive at the moment. As we return down to the backhand of Zverev. It's Zverev in the net with his backhand. And it's love 15. Love 15. Serve again. There's a fault, second serve. Second serve. As the backhand return goes in. Oh no, it goes out. just missed from Sinner. Serve quality is insane, 9.4 and 9.5. Yeah, well now it's down to a 9.2, but for both. But yeah, we did talk about this in both their backhands are not great. Sinner's ground strokes are not great to start this match. His serving is the key, as that goes out by Zverev. 15-30. Yeah, both of them are doing great on the serve. Oh, pardon me. As we get a return from Sinner into the forehand of Zverev. Sinner forehand to the forehand of Zverev. It's Sinner on the baseline. Zverev behind near the Indian Wells sign. As we get a backhand now into the backhand of Sinner. Into the forehand of Zverev. Sinner backhand again. The forehand of Zverev. Now Zverev stepping in. Sinner moving backwards as we go backhand to backhand. Sinner goes up the line to the forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Sinner. Again to the forehand of Zverev. Into that backhand of Sinner. Zverev backhand again. Sinner runs around his backhand, hits that forehand to the backhand of Zverev, and then Sinner eventually hits it in the net, and that is a big win for Zverev. Winning one of those rallies is huge for Zverev. And like I said, he started off in a defensive position. He was standing way back behind, near that Indian Wells painted sign on the back of the court. Sinner was on the baseline. Then eventually, Zverev started creeping forward and pushing Sinner back. To win that exchange is huge for Zverev, especially in these conditions. That's the kind of point that Zverev wants to win and make Sinner play more often if it is hot. 30-all. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve. Zverev serves again. Serve is a let. That point doesn't count if he gets broken. Nobody cares if he gets broken. All right, serve again. Zverev serves. Into the backhand of Sinner. Return into the backhand of Zverev. Sinner backhand. No, Zverev hit it long. Zverev's backhand is not good right now. His backhand, he's already hit 3 errors on the backhand side. His backhand, make that 4 errors because one of them was a return error. 4 errors on the backhand for Zverev already. That's his favorite shot. 30-40, he needs a big serve here. Bencic Caboli won the doubles? That's epic. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Zverev. Geez, Sinner standing so far back on the second serve. Backhand to backhand. As Zverev goes again to the backhand of Sinner. Up the line to the forehand of Zverev. Again, the backhand of Sinner is Zverev with the forehand cross court. Goes wide. There's the break. Sloppy for Zverev. And the serve abandoned him. 3-2. Sinner gets the early break. 16 minutes in. Game over. All right. Okay. Sinner needs to have as many break chances. Well, yeah, but Sinner converts. That's the thing, right? He's going to convert those break chances when he gets them. Whereas Zverev, so far, I mean, there's been one break point and Sinner's converted it. But there have been, sort of mini chances for Zverev. Again, Zverev's backhand at the moment is his problem. Sinner's playing solid all round. Serving is the highlight. But yeah, his backhand and Zverev's returns are not great. But again, his returns are not great because Sinner's serve is great, right? So it kind of goes a bit hand in hand. But on the ground, Sinner's getting better. And Zverev's backhand is a weakness right now, which is his favorite shot. All right, 3-2. I think Zverev's asking for some racket change. I heard someone say something about, like, can you get my racket? So I think maybe Zverev's changing some tension. I don't know. We'll see. Sinner already looks famished and sunburnt. Does he? Okay. All right, here we go. Sinner to serve. Hey, what's going on, Ange? How you doing? Don't let Zverev win. Oh. He's not winning right at the moment. There's been ace down the tee. Sinner's serve is on fire. 15 love. Ladies final at 6 p.m. UK time. Yep. First match, like first thing in the morning too. I'm surprised that having an 11 a.m. final is wild. All right, 15 love. As a return goes in from Zverev to the backhand of Sinner. Zverev forehand. Again, the backhand of Sinner. As Zverev goes up the line again. The backhand of Sinner to the backhand of Zverev. Into that Sinner forehand now as they go forehand to forehand. Good shots from Zverev. And Sinner slaps it long. Now, chat, again, I'm only going off someone in the chat saying that he cut practice short. I can't confirm that. But Sinner is definitely... I know he already has like a bit of a weird walk anyway. But there are moments that when you look at Sinner after one of those rallies, like that forehand, he just slapped it long and then he kind of went like this. He keeps doing these weird movements. So if there is a back issue, I can see that. He's doing little movements after these long rallies. Now again, maybe it's just what he does. I don't notice that as much, maybe. But there's definitely he looks uncomfortable after some of these long rallies. Especially, he looks stiff, right? Yeah, he looks stiff after these rallies. And that forehand slap that he hit long was a little bit strange because he usually doesn't go for those kind of random shots. By the way, when the rally's over 9 shots, they've played 2 long rallies. Zverev's won both. So I think Zverev's got to just get the rallies to 9 shots or more and he'll win the point. Anyways, 30-15. Sinner with a forehand into the forehand to Zverev. Zverev in the net and he yells at himself. He knows it was a bad mistake. 40-15. Yeah, and Sinner's winning a lot of the points between the rallies between 0 and 8 shots. But Zverev's won every point over 9 shots. Serve out wide. The forehand is Zverev. Zverev in the net. It's 4-2. Sinner. That's serve. The serve is helping. Yeah, Sinner's already 3 aces. He's only lost 1 point on his first serve. He's only missed 4 first serves. He's won 12 out of 14 service points. So 86% of points on serve for Sinner won. And he is serving faster as well than Zverev at the moment. 127 average first serve speed for Sinner. Only a 119 for Zverev, which is kind of interesting. You would have thought Zverev would have had the bigger serve. That was miles per hour, by the way. Yeah, Sinner's first serve average is a lot higher than Zverev right now. As Zverev serves down the tee. Return goes in the back of Zverev. Passing shot from Sinner. Zverev with a volley winner. Too good. 15 love. Zverev serves again. As that goes out by Sinner. 30 love. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. A double fault from Zverev. 30-15. Another fault from Zverev. Second serve. To the forehand of Sinner. Great return. Zverev with a backhand. And then Sinner goes up the line with a backhand winner. 30 all. How many points is Zverev winning on second serves? Because that, it feels like he's missing a lot of first serves. And I don't know if he's winning too many second serve points. Nope. He's only won 2 points on his second serve. He's only lost 1 point on his first serve, Zverev. So the difference between missing that first serve is huge for Zverev. As he serves. Out wide of the forehand of Sinner. Return goes in the back of Zverev. Sinner gets a point. Make that 2 points. 30-40. 2 points. He lost 2 points now. Magically. Anyways. Jimmy Butler's watching. 30-40. Zverev serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Zverev. This is where things are difficult. Second serve in the back of the Sinner return. Goes in the forehand of Zverev. Sinner backhand. Into the Zverev forehand who hits it long and there's a double break. Sinner 5-2. Zverev's serve has abandoned him. All right. 5-2. Sinner's going to serve for the first set. Jimmy Buckets. That's it. That's him. All right. So, yeah. So, Sinner's serve, phenomenal. Zverev's backhand, a problem. But he's also missing first serves. Like I said, he's getting 60% in, which is pretty good. It's okay. Like, 60% is not bad. It's just not good enough to play Sinner. Zverev's average, by the way, is about in the 70s. So he's got to be, I mean, his first serve percentage has to be up towards 70. Can't be 60% against Jannik Sinner. Anybody else? Maybe. Not. I mean, most other players, it may be enough, but not against Sinner. And like I said, before I opened my mouth, he only lost 1 point on his first serve, but then he lost another one. His second serve, though, 25% of second serve points. Yeah, that's a problem. Big problem for Zverev. How many unforced errors on the backhand? Currently, 4. Or maybe 5. I can't think. Maybe a return backhand. Did he miss a backhand return? Maybe he did as well. So 5, I think. But again, it's the weaker wing for sure. Medvedev back in the top 10. I think if he wins, makes the final. All right, Sinner serving for the set. Just a little bit. I mean, it was early. I mean, 2-all, right? 2-all. It was looking pretty interesting. Things were looking pretty interesting. And Sinner serves an ace. 15 love. Strong start, yeah. It was a good start, though, for Zverev. Then he just started missing serves. No, 15 love. As a return goes out by Zverev, 30 love. All right, Sinner with a forehand up the line to the backhand is Zverev. To the backhand is Sinner now. Cross court as they go backhand to backhand. Zverev misses his backhand eventually. And it's 40 love. Sinner to take the first set in less than 30 minutes. Serve. He's a lep. I'm just looking at this some crazy stat here, chat. If you're a Zverev fan, do not listen to what I'm going to tell you. Actually, maybe you can. There is hope, but also... okay. Double fault, 40-15. All right, 40-15. Serve. It's a fault. Second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Sinner, backhand of Zverev. To the backhand of Sinner. Zverev backhand again, the backhand of Sinner. Zverev backhand into the forehand of Sinner. Sinner in the net. Oh, Sinner is hitting some strange errors, for sure, especially on that forehand. There have been some weird, like he slapped a forehand long on the run. That one there was just a routine in the net. There's some strange errors. First serve's a fault. Serve out wide. The backhand is Zverev. Return goes into the forehand of Sinner. Zverev with the forehand of the stretch. Sinner. Backhand cross. Zverev gets it with his backhand as they go backhand to backhand. Then Zverev goes up the line, but he missed it long. On a good day, that would have gone in. But he's hit that out by a mile. All right, 6-2 set for Sinner. Now, when Zverev has lost the first set at 1,000 level in his career, he has 26 wins. So come back to win 26 times, lost 48. The last two times, two of the last three times he's lost the first set, he's come back to win. The last time he lost the first set in 1,000 was against Jannik Sinner, where he lost 6-love, 6-1. 2 break points in that set, by the way. 9.1 quality performance rating, for Sinner. Only a 7.4 for Zverev. That's rough. Like I said, the Sinner serve was the big one, but also the backhand was pretty decent too. It got better. Yeah, Zverev's backhand is a liability at the moment. 8 winners, 5 errors from Sinner. 6 winners, 11 errors from Zverev, including 8 backhand errors. So yeah, his backhand is a problem. Which is not a good thing because that's Zverev's favorite shot. So Zverev's come back 26 and lost 48 when he lose the first set at an ATP 1000 level. Lost to Sinner in Paris, but he did come back twice from a set down in Paris to win. One of those was against Medvedev. So that's not bad. He has only ever come back from a set down in a 1000 against the top 10 4 times. So that's not good. 4 wins, 21 losses when he loses the first set at this level of tournament Zverev. Wawrinka, he hasn't done it since 2017, where he came back against Wawrinka from a set down in Miami. He also beat Cilic in Madrid of 2017. And now let me check. Hang on, sorry, no. He came back. Sorry, he came back in Indian Wells 2 years ago as Demonor from a set down. He came back against Berrettini in the final of Madrid in 2021 from a set down, and then Wawrinka and Cilic back in 2017. So 4 times he's come back, but he hasn't done it since this tournament 2 years ago. As Zverev was the first point, 15 up, and also he's playing Jannik Sinner, so it's a little different. Now on the flip side, I'll tell you, you want to hear a crazy stat? I'll tell you a crazy stat. Sinner, when he wins the first set at ATP 1000 level, 78 wins, 9 losses. 78 wins, 9 losses. But that's not even the crazy part. The crazy part is he's won 39 in a row from winning a first set at 1000 level. He hasn't lost since the semis of 2 years ago when he lost to Alcaraz after winning the first set 6-1. 39 wins in a row. So if you can do the math, he was 39 wins, 9 losses 2 years ago. Now, he's doubled the wins with 0 losses. He's gone 39-9, and now he's got 39-0. The last man to beat him was Alcaraz when he won the first set in Indian Wells 6-1 and then lost it 6-2 in the final set. He also, in 2023, won the first set against Shelton and lost in a tiebreak. But 2023 Sinner is not 2026 Sinner. Also, Rune came back from a set down. Zverev has come back from a set down. That was in Monte Carlo 2022. Zverev lost the first set 7-5, came back and won the tiebreak in the third. Dimitrov, Isner, and Auger-Aliassime and some of the other players who have come back against Sinner from a set down, but he hasn't lost from a set up in 39 consecutive matches, and only 2 of those 39 went the distance. Now, luckily for Zverev, he was one of those guys that did it. He took Sinner to 3 sets in Cincinnati a couple years ago. When he lost the first set, he came back to win the second, but he couldn't do the job in the third. But again, when Sinner wins the first set at 1000s, he doesn't lose. Or at least he hasn't lost lately. 15-0. So that's what Zverev's up against. He's up against that record. Backhand up the line's good. Sinner gets it back. And Zverev sprays the forehand. 15-30. 15-30. Zverev can't go down a break. Now. Not now. Not straight away. 15-30. Zverev needs first serves. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. Now, chat, we're going to talk about it because somebody asked, why is Sinner standing so far back on second serves? He did it again. I'm going to show you on the whiteboard because it's fun. 15-40. $15.40. All right, Zverev serves. Into the backhand of Sinner. Return goes wide and it's 30-40. $30-40. Still a break point in the first game of the second. Zverev must hold. Serve. Into the forehand of Sinner. Return goes to forehand of Zverev. Sinner backhand. To the backhand of Zverev. Into the backhand of Sinner. Here goes the forehand of Zverev. Sinner with a forehand again to the forehand of Zverev. Sinner's doing a lot more running. As Zverev backhand down the line to the forehand of Sinner. Again to the forehand of Zverev. Sinner shanks it wide and Zverev survives. God, that would have been a robbery had he lost that. Okay, so real quick. So why is Sinner? So Sinner, right? Where are we? So Sinner is standing on the second serve. He is standing back here. Now, usually, you'd think that like somebody would stand here, right, on a second serve, right? You'd be like, oh, why are you not being aggressive? Look at on the WTA, right? How many times does Sabalenka stand inside the baseline on the second serve and put the pressure on? That could work. Zverev serves out wide, good serve, and it's advantage Zverev. But the thing is, Sinner's standing back here. It's kind of like, it's almost like as a bait. So if he stands back here, he's trying to make Zverev feel like the court's bigger than it actually is, right? Right? So like it makes the service box feel bigger. Whereas when you stand in, right? Zverev serves the fault, second serve. When you stand here, this really feels really small, right? And it feels like, oh man, I better hit a really good serve, and then you put pressure on that way. But Sinner's almost baiting Zverev on the second serve. He's doing it again here. He's standing so far back. As the return goes into the backhand of Zverev, forehand from Sinner, into the forehand of Zverev, as Sinner, forehand, cross court, great shot. Zverev gets it. Sinner forehand up the line. Zverev with the backhand. As we have forehand now, Zverev on trouble. Sinner comes in with a forehand drive volley. Zverev with a pass. Sinner with a volley. Too good. Deuce. But when you stand back here, it's almost like you're going, go on. You can do whatever you want. The service box is so big. There's so much room. And what happens sometimes... Now, there's obviously other reasons, but, you know, let's just go with this one for now. It makes like this guy's going, I have so much room to hit into. I don't have to worry about hitting a big serve now. I just have to get it in. And that's where you miss, because you feel like you've got more room than you actually have. By the way, chat, it doesn't matter where this guy stands, the service box is the same size, right? This doesn't change. The lines on the court don't change. But it does make you feel like, I can hit it wherever I want. And usually, sometimes you see the player hit it too deep, because they feel like they've got too much room. Zverev serving a second serve here. Let's see what Sinner does. He stands so far. He stands like Rafa back. Second serve goes to back into Sinner. Into the backhand of Zverev. Sinner backhand cross into the backhand of Zverev. Then Sinner goes up the line. Great shot. Zverev gets back with a slice. Into the forehand of Sinner up the line again. Then Sinner comes in with a volley, and that is just too clean. Advantage Sinner. Another reason would be for Sinner is, to give himself more time to return, right? And to try and hit a great, give himself that extra time to hit the ball deep, to then push Zverev back, and then he can, come up here and do his thing. But yeah, it's a very interesting to see, because, the psychology of, almost like daring the person, the second serve to be hard, or the second serve to be, not putting pressure on, but being like, all right, I'll stay way back here. Hey, go on, hit your serve. Go on, good luck. Try and hit a second serve. I'm not going to hit it hard, I promise. It's a really interesting strategy. And you don't see it on the women's side very often. You see, watch Sabalenka and Raducanu tomorrow. Second serve, they're inside the baseline. All right, advantage Sinner. Great serve down the tee. Back to deuce. Show the match. You can actually click, there's a link down below. If you want to go watch the match on the new Tennis TV app, you can go watch it over there. I'm not sure what the price point is, because every country it's different, so I'm not sure where you're watching from. But yeah, if you click the link, it'll tell you, and you can go watch it over there. All right, deuce. The whiteboard lines need to be bolder. Okay. Zverev serves a nice serve. Advantage Zverev. Zverev to get the first game. This is a very important first game. And Zverev serves. Ace down the tee, nice. Another reason why he might be standing back, at least there's an obvious reason why he's standing back on the first serve, because Zverev hits it so hard, right? On the second serve, though, Zverev's not hitting that hard. He's not hitting the ball massive, but yeah, again, very fun to see somebody do that, play that, go, okay, I'm going to stand way back here. But it also, look, if Zverev was smart, and he is smart, he would throw in a serve volley. If he wants to muck around with Sinner's strategy of standing back on second serves, he'd throw in a second, maybe not at 30-all, but like at 40-15 or 40-love, it might not be a bad idea for Zverev to just, second serve volley, because Sinner's standing so far back. The problem is Zverev, the volleys of Zverev are not a sure thing, and also Sinner could rip a return winner. But like just to kind of, I don't know, just like mess with Sinner and go, all right, you're going to stand way back there. Well, I'm going to serve and volley. So, how's that going to work? Because when you look at Medvedev, for example, who notoriously stands back, right? He stands so far back. Serving and volleying, and you'll see this with Alcaraz in the next match, is obviously a great strategy for that. Because if someone's standing so far back, you just have to serve and then hit a short volley. And unless they're, going to be super quick like Medvedev is, it's probably going to be a good, you might win the point if you get a decent volley off. Obviously, Sinner can rip a return, but I don't know. It would just be fun to see Zverev do that. Like, just to kind of go, just to give Sinner something else to think about. Go, oh, shit, maybe I shouldn't stand so far back all the time. Just, try and, like, mess with his, because at the moment, Zverev's not putting any pressure on that, not making Sinner think about that. 30-love. And I want to have a look here. I want to see what was his return position. Can I check that out? Let me check. So yeah, Sinner's return position on the second serve is 5 meters behind the baseline. He's only hit 2 shots inside the baseline on second serve to Zverev. The rest of them are beyond 2 meters. In fact, they're beyond 4 meters. Now, what is that? In feet, I have no idea. But it's a lot. 12 feet? I don't know. What's 4 meters? As Sinner hits a passing shot winner, lovely pick up on the stretch. 40, love? Yeah, I don't know. He's standing like, whatever. Like, he's literally standing 5 meters back, which I think is like 15 feet. What's that, chat? Somebody, come on. Somebody must know. What's the conversion? But yeah, that's crazy. And for context, if we go to the Fonseca match, because the Fonseca match is the toughest match Sinner's had this week, right? And Sinner serves a fault second serve. Sinner double faults, 40-30. Yeah, wow. On the second serve of Fonseca, 100% of the time, Sinner was standing inside the baseline against Fonseca on second serves. 100% of the time. He faced 21 second serves. He got 21 second serves off Fonseca. And he stood inside the baseline every time. Every time Fonseca gave him a second serve look. That's crazy. Like that, the difference between him and Zverev, like what Sinner's doing on returns of second serve is crazy. It's almost the total opposite. Sinner's like, now I'm going to stand over here. I'm going to stand next to this. I'm going to stand next to this microphone. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. Oh, wow. Look, they're showing the graphic on the TV. See, it must be important. They're showing it on the TV. On the first serve, he's actually more aggressive, Sinner, which is weird too. On the first serve, he's standing a little bit closer. On the second serve, he's like, back it up. I'm going back here. I'm back here. Like, he has actually been more aggressive on the first serve. He's standing a little bit closer to the. He's still about 2 to 4 meters behind the baseline, but compared to the second serve where he's like, see ya, I'm standing over here. It's crazy. Reverse psychology. Yes, exactly. Reverse psychology. That's exactly right. But it also just kind of shows that, like, Sinner's not really afraid of Zverev's attempts at coming to the net or anything like that. Like, he's like, oh, what are you going to do, volley? Go on, good, try and volley. I dare you, He's like, you're not going to serve and volley on a second serve. Whereas Fonseca would have done that had he played this strat. Sinner, by the way, just poking his side. Or was it a hand on hip? I don't know. 40 love? Either way, Sinner is walking around. It's so hard to know. Sinner's got a poker face and then he walks around looking sore when he's totally not, but then he could be. Sorry, Sinner's impossible to read. He's impossible to read. 40 love. This is a much better game for Zverev. Cue the double fault. Oh, it was in. Great second serve, and the return goes out by Sinner. Finally returning a serve inside the baseline. That was only the third time he's returned a second serve inside the baseline. He forgot the strat. You know what that tells me, though? If he's going like this, if he's grabbing his hip after that last point, and then he gets a second serve and he goes aggressive because he wants to just go after it and he doesn't want to play a long rally, he isn't feeling great. So he is sore. I love you as a friend, Jannik. That's funny. Yeah. I mean, 40 love, maybe he didn't want to play a rally at 40 love. He's just like, oh, who cares? I'll just go for it. Because, yeah, third time he stepped inside the baseline on second serve. All right. I love all these handmade signs. Good job. Good job. Artistry's not dead. People making signs out of cardboard and Sharpies. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. That's more like it. None of this AI bullshit. That's what I'm talking about. None of this like, oh, I made a sign. I mean, I got a JPEG on my phone. No! You bring in the cardboard signs. You bring in the big... That's it. I appreciate those people that bring in the big, like, cardboard cutouts of the faces, too. Where are those people? Those signs are wild. Those are awesome. We need more of those. Novelty checks. Massive cardboard cutouts of faces. Can we get both of those, please? People are making AI posters? No. I'm just saying AI images on their phone or something. Because people were doing had Go Jannik, and they were going like this. It's lazy. We need somebody to get the glitter pens and get the coloring crayons and make a sign. And it might look. You get a 10 out of 10 in my book if it's a homemade sign. I don't care if it's good or not. If you made that thing with your hands, you made it with your hands, you get it. You win. That's an A. A plus. A plus. All right, 15 love. Or just print AI artwork? No. That's the opposite. AI is, that's lame. That's lazy. Lazy. No, you get a big piece of cardboard and you go Jannik. You draw it, you color it in, you make it. You don't just go, make me a sign. Print. Lazy. Get that shit out of my face. Get it out of my face. You do that, you make that with your hands. 30 love. Don't you just type in a prompt and get the computer to do it? Lazy. You make those signs with your hands. If you're going to the tennis, you make a homemade sign. Out of cardboard, glitter pens, and Sharpie. 40 love. Otherwise, you fail the assignment. Sorry. Imagine doing it. Oh man, I couldn't even imagine. 2-0. I couldn't imagine being an art teacher. So many people would be doing this AI art stuff and taking it and submitting it to assignments. You'd just be fail. You got there's no way if you're an art teacher you're passing that shit, right? Is art teachers even a thing anymore? Did art is that not in the curriculum anymore? 2-0. All right, 2-0. As a return goes into the backhand Zverev. Backhand from Sinner into the forehand. Zverev again, the backhand of Sinner. Backhand again up the line from Zverev. Sinner gets it back with a forehand, but missed it wide. It's 15-love. 15-love. Serve again. As a return from Zverev, Sinner goes in the forehand. Zverev backhand from Sinner to the backhand of Zverev. And Sinner backhand again to the backhand of Zverev. He's going backhand to backhand. Now Sinner mixes it up. Zverev gets his forehand again to the backhand of Sinner. Now Zverev goes cross to the forehand of Sinner, into the forehand of Zverev. Into the backhand of Sinner, Zverev. Backhand again. To the backhand of Sinner, Zverev. Backhand to backhand. And then goes up the line, Sinner, but he missed it. 30-love. Again, another long rally. And we talked about this in the first set. The long rallies were going to Zverev. 20-shot rally, that one. Yeah, Zverev has won. Well, he's only won half of the rallies over 9 shots now. So Sinner got better as the set went on. But that was a 20-shot rally that Zverev got the win. As Zverev serves an ace. $40-love. $40-love. As a return goes in the back, and it's Zverev. Up the line's a good shot. Sinner doesn't run for it. He jogs to it, but doesn't lunge for it. 3-2. We live in a modern world, Cam. Just print out the words and paste it in a cardboard box. That's okay. I have no problem with that. That's fine. You can print out words and then cut them out and put them on a... That's fine. That's effort. I'm talking about getting just going and printing off and being like, hey, here's a piece of paper that has some artwork that was completely ripped off from a computer. That's... Hey, you want to print out words and cut them out and then glue them? That's effort. That's what I like. I don't mind that. You won't get an A+, but it's pretty good. Maybe I should be an art teacher, if that's even a thing anymore. All right, 3-2. Hey, look, again, you won't get a good grade, but if you make something in Photoshop and then you print it off, hey, I'm for that's fine. I'm just talking about those straight up make me a Sinner sign, and then whatever thing gets spat out of the machine, and then you just go with that. That shit doesn't fly with me. Get that out of my face. That's lazy. Make me a sign. Make your own damn sign. That's what AI should do. It turn around and be like, no, you make it. And when they start doing that, that's when we got to start hiding. No, you make a sign. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Shit. Turn it off. It's glowing red. Turn it off. You should be an art teacher in your spare time. I mean, yeah. What's spare time? All right, 3-2 Zverev. Back to what we came here to do. Not art teachers. We're not art school. Not today. All right, 3-2. Sinner serves a fault. Second serve. As a return goes into the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Zverev into the forehand of Sinner. Zverev with a slice. Sinner comes in with a forehand, puts it down the line, inside in. Beautiful shot. 15-love. $15-love. Hey, Edward. Thank you for the 41 months. Appreciate that. My daughter is a high school jazz band teacher. Oh, nice. So she is basically the female version of Jack Black from School of Rock. Is that what I'm getting at? Is that what we... She is Ned Schneebly. But a female version. Is that what we're saying? So she is cool. Dirty Love. By the way, one of the greatest movies of all time. Go watch it. She is? Okay. Dirty Love. Dirty Love. There's a return from Zverev. Goes into the backhand of Sinner. Backhand of Zverev into the forehand of Sinner. Zverev backhand again to the backhand of Sinner to the backhand of Zverev. As they go backhand to backhand. Now Sinner goes to the forehand of Zverev. Sinner doing a lot of work here as they go forehand to forehand. Great shot. Zverev. Sinner gets it back. Zverev comes to the net. Sinner with the pass. Wow, what was that from Sinner? He kind of like jogs and then just flicked it. He didn't go for the lunging backhand. Again, just some weird shots. Like Sinner would have usually would be stretching out to the backhand like a Djokovic backhand. Instead, he kind of just like jogged and then hit like a half-hearted slice that went way out. Weird. Uncharacteristic. Maybe he just thought it was not worth it. 30-15, second serve. Zverev standing really far back. As he hits a backhand return. Into the backhand of Sinner. Backhand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Sinner. Again at the backhand of Zverev. Sinner. Forehand into the Zverev forehand. Now Sinner with the forehand on the stretch. Zverev gets the point. Sinner hits it out. 30 all. And Sinner just making some faces. 30 all. I can tell you, chat. Sinner is in some discomfort. 30 all. It might be the heat getting to him. Hey, that could be a thing for sure. As he serves a fault second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Sinner, forehand of Zverev. Up the line to the backhand of Sinner. He goes cross-court, the backhand of Zverev. He goes up the line into the forehand of Sinner, who hits a drop shot. That's the first drop shot I think Sinner's hit all day, and it worked perfectly. 40-30. Completely fooled Zverev. He wasn't thinking that was going to happen. Great shot. Beautiful shot by Sinner. Perfect situation to hit that too. Zverev was so far back. By the way, chat, if somebody is staying... I know Zverev won't do this, but with Sinner standing so back on second serves, why not do an underarm serve? Just for fun. At 40 love. Don't do it at 40-15 or anything, or 30 all. As Sinner hits a wide on the forehand and we get the deuce. All right, we get to deuce. Now, if you are wondering what the hell's wrong with Sinner, well, somebody in the chat earlier, a couple of people in the chat earlier said that he cut his practice short because of a back issue. Was that yesterday or today? I'm not sure. I couldn't find any information on this, but it's also very hot. As Zverev serves a return, hits a return winner. It's also stinking hot, and we know that has been, at times, not every time, at times, an issue. It's currently 91 degrees Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. No humidity, so dry desert heat. And there's no shade out there, not even at the back of the court. You can't really hide in the shade. Just a couple of umbrellas when they sit down for a change of ends. As Sinner serves an ace out wide. All right. Zverev, no chance. 135 out wide. All right, deuce. So, yeah. So, a combination of... it's been over an hour as well. It's been a long... not a long match, but it's been a decent amount of time out there. As we get a fault second serve. Second serve. As Zverev returns into the forehand of Sinner. Zverev with a forehand. Into the backhand of Sinner, who hits a drop shot. Zverev's going to get that. Sinner with a lob. Zverev runs back. Hits a forehand. Oh, that was horrible. He was going to hit a tweener. And then he decided, no. Tweener would be stupid. I'm in this rally. And then he ran back and hit a forehand in the ground. Just didn't set himself, Zverev. He was in two minds. You could tell when he was running back, you're like, he's going to hit a tweener here. And then he went, nah, forehand instead. Like, he ran back, and then he just didn't get around it. Like, he was going back, and then he's like, oh, wait, now I've got to hit a forehand. Yeah, he should have hit a tweener. He probably thought Sinner was at the net. That's why he didn't go for the tweener. Anyway, Sinner holds, and it's 3-0 in the second. All right, Sinner survives. The first, I think, break point of the day against Sinner too, right? Yeah. First break point of the day against Sinner. Zverev's had to save multiple break points, but also been broken multiple times. All right. Back to Zverev. As the return goes in, Zverev goes straight to Sinner's backhand. Now Zverev's in trouble. Hits a backhand moonball. Sinner comes in with a forehand, and then Zverev with a pass in the net. God, Zverev unlucky there. He just didn't do enough with that forehand when he had the short ball. It's a decent serve. Love 15. Otherwise, Zverev has gotten a lot better in this second set. He's playing a lot better on the ground. His ground strokes are very, very high quality at the moment. He serves a fault second serve. Yeah, mid nines shot quality for Zverev in this second set. Double faults. Well, that wasn't a ground stroke, so that doesn't count as a curse. Doesn't count! Doesn't count. Doesn't count. I love 15. I love 30, sorry. Good serve out wide. And Sinner hits it in the net on the return. 15-30. 15-30. The lob was very good. It was a very good lob. But, yeah, Zverev looked like he was in two minds. He was going to go tweener, and then he changed his mind to go forehand, but he couldn't get out of his own way. Serve. Into the backhand of Sinner. Return goes into the forehand of Zverev. To the backhand of Sinner. Zverev hits his backhand into the Sinner forehand. And they go forehand to forehand now. Sinner making Zverev move. And Zverev overhits it with the backhand. 15-40. And Sinner looks to break. 15-40. Sinner with the 2 break points. $15.40. First serve is a fault, second serve. As a return, goes the backhand Zverev, backhand from Sinner. Zverev goes up the line, but he missed it. Sinner shakes his fist. 4-3. Ah, man. I mean, gets his first break point of the day. Immediately gets broken. Oh, brutal, man. It's brutal. All right. Here we go. Setting a break. By the way, the next match starts straight after this, so stay tuned. We've got Medvedev versus Sinner. Sorry, Medvedev versus Alcaraz straight after this. Sinner is playing right now. Sinner in the final. Yeah, he's close. By the way, what is the weather going to be like in the final? I think it's going to be pretty average. Oh no, it's going to be hot tomorrow as well. Ooh, it's going to be it's going to be hotter tomorrow. Getting into like mid-90s. Also, next week's going to be 38, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to be here. We're going to be on Miami where it's going to rain. I'll tell you, chat. On a serious note, the weather in Miami next week's going to be shit. How many players are going to get sick from going from 30-degree desert to 20, and I'm saying Fahrenheit, 90 to 70 wet humidity. Like, that's a crazy change in conditions. To go from dry desert heat to wet, soggy, humid Miami. And it's going to be kind of cold. Keep an eye on who players are getting sick, because that's a massive change in climate. And there is, players were sick this week. We're probably not going to start Miami until like the weekend because it's probably going to rain. The weather is going to suck. All right, 4-4 rally. Into the back end now. Sinner. Zverev's got to break back straight away. He's only got two opportunities to break, maybe even one. Zverev hits a 4-1 winner, love 15. Love 15. Love 15. There's a return. Goes to the corner, Sinner. That's a great shot. Slice from Zverev's good, but Sinner comes in with a smash. Oh, Zverev's got it with a lob. Oh, but he hits it into the net. There's a chance there. 15 all. Yeah, the streak's going to end in Miami because of rain. 15 all. Good serve down the tee. And it's 30-15. Return goes wide. 30-15. Yep, Miami's 2 weeks as well. That's what happens. 30-15. First serve's a fault. Second serve. As a return. Goes into the back end of Sinner. Back end of Zverev up the line. As Sinner with the forehand cross. Zverev forehand again to the forehand of Sinner. Into the back end of Zverev. Zverev hits it out. 40-15. Dry heat to humid heat is very different. I'm next door in Arizona, so we get fair share of extreme heat. But we'll take that over humid days any day, yeah. Well, it's not even going to be hot humid. It's going to be like average, like kind of cold. It's going to be like, it's going to be a drop in temperature, which is going to be interesting. At least early days, and then over the weekend it's going to be average. But all right, 40-15. Sinner to go to 5-3, second set. As a return from Zverev, goes to the backhand of Sinner, into the backhand of Zverev. Sinner, backhand up the line, into the forehand of Zverev. Sinner backhand cross, as Zverev gets that. To the backhand of Sinner, Sinner in the net. That was good from Zverev, much better rally. Does feel like Sinner stretch backhands is looking a little bit dodgy. Have a look if I can see if I can confirm that. It does seem like when he's getting pushed out to the backhand, he's not doing great. And you wonder if he is dealing with a back issue, if that's something that's a problem. Beautiful drop shot winner, though. Great drop shot. Sinner's hit 3 great drop shots in this match. And he's going to have to do that against Alcaraz, obviously, if he plays Alcaraz. Even Medvedev, though. Drop shots against Medvedev's a good strat as well. So, yeah, so Sinner... Yeah, Sinner on the backhand. I mean, Zverev is making him hit a lot of backhands. But yeah, not too many winners on the backhand side from Sinner today. A few errors. But he does look a bit awkward when he's going out for those wide backhands. But we see. We'll see. Again, I've got to find out where this confirmation. I've got to confirm that he actually did stop practice, because people say things. As the return goes in the back, and it's a very good return, love 15. So I'll try and find that confirmation. But it's either that or the heat. By the way, up the Arsenal. We're 9 points clear of City. Let's go. All right, 4-1 on the stretch from Sinner. Into the forehand of Zverev. Sinner with the backhand. Into the backhand of Zverev. Good drop shots, and he gets there, but he's unable to get it back. And it's 15-0. All right, as that goes out by Zverev, and it's 15-30. A bit of fault to conserve. As a return from Sinner goes long. 30-0. Serve. Into the backhand of Sinner. 4 from Zverev. That's a winner. And it's 40-30. As we return now from Sinner, but then Zverev hits it long, and we get the deuce. And then an ace from Zverev. And advantage Zverev to make Sinner serve for the match. Advantage Zverev. As the return goes to the net. Good serving from Zverev, and Sinner's going to serve for it. Remember, Zverev's only had 1 break point for the match. So he's going to have to do something that he hasn't done for a while. Has he broken Sinner since Vienna? Let me check. So in Paris, he lost love and won, and the one game he won was not a break. He didn't even get a break point in that one. The ATP Finals, he was 7 break points, didn't convert any. So he hasn't broken Sinner since the first set of Vienna, where he won 6-3. So it's been a while. It's been a long time. And then the Australian Open final last year, he got no break points. So he's only broken Sinner once in their last 5 matches. So he's going to have to do something. He's going to do that. He's going to do that. He's going to do that. He's going to have to do that. Good luck. Good luck. Sinner doesn't get nervous either, so it's not like, well, Sinner's going to be shaky. Well, he might. Unlikely, but he might. Everyone gets nervous sometimes. All right. By the way, Gene, I can't understand what they're saying because I'm not multilingual. So yeah, there was a video going around Sky Sports in, I guess, in Italy, was showing that Sinner was getting some treatment on his back. There you go. The only issue with this is that was it this year? How do we tell? Because it could have been Indian Wells 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Like, there's, you know what I mean? Was he wearing that outfit in practice every day this week? All right, love 15. As with a 4-4 rally. That goes out by Zverev, and it's 15-0. But yeah, it looks like... But yeah, thanks, Gene, for that one. $15. As Zverev gets to 15-30. Looking for that break. Looking to get back on serve. 15-30. Maybe Sinner does get nervous, chat. He bleeds. $15-30. And then he serves an ace. All that for a drop of blood. 30-0. Serve again. Yeah, first drop shot fail for Sinner as well. Ace down the tee. All right. That's enough. Match point Sinner. To put himself in the final of Indian Wells. For the first time. His first ever final here. Sinner, what's his name? Alcaraz. Alcaraz has stopped him multiple times. As he serves a fault second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Zverev. Return goes into the backhand of Sinner. Zverev with the backhand again. The backhand of Sinner to the forehand of Zverev. Sinner with the backhand again to that Zverev forehand of Sinner. Goes inside out with the backhand of Zverev going wide. And Sinner gets the win. First Indian Wells final on the cards. And half of that rivalry is set. Probably the match that, well, at least the match that I thought might stop that happening. Went the way of the guy that needed a win to make that thing happen. So I'm not saying it, but you know what I'm saying. All right, GG's. Good win from Jannik Sinner. Man, I feel like Zverev missed an opportunity there for sure. That felt like an opportunity missed for Zverev, just like Australia. And again, write this one down as like a Sinker-as opportunity for Zverev to get a win. I think it slipped, just like Vienna last year. When he had that chance and you're like, oh man. Not that he was like close to winning this match, Zverev, right? He lost 2 and 4, but there was just moments where you're like, oh man, he's on top of Sinner here, but then he just didn't. Like that first set, you know, the early days in the first set he was playing real well. And I'm having a look at his performance tracker here for the match. Zverev was playing better than Sinner up until 2-0. And that's where it flipped. And then in the middle of this second set, you know, Zverev had that break point at 3-0. He was playing better. And then he got broken the next game and that was it. Like those are the moments that Zverev's, you know, he's either got to maintain that level or he's got to break at that level to make it actually, you know, to make it happen. Let's go through the stats before we get out of here and go to the next match, because the next match is starting right now. 9.1 performance rating for Sinner, 8.5 for Zverev. Not bad for Zverev, right? 8.5 is decent. It's above his average, but when you're playing Sinner, you got to be in the 9s. We saw that with Fonseca, and even that might not be enough. Or you're going to have to hope Sinner has a bad day, and that never happens, or rarely happens. 8.4 on the serve for both guys, or 8.5 for Sinner, but basically the same. Returns at 7.3, identical. Zverev's forehand was a 9.1. Sinner's forehand was an 8.6. But the backhand, Zverev with a 7.5, which is way below what he does best. It's below his average as well. An 8.8 for Sinner on those shot quality scores. Zverev, 14 winners, 21 errors, 13 backhand errors. 15 if you include the returns. Yeah. And that's his go-to. Like his backhand is his faithful shot, and that was not there today. 9 aces for Sinner, and his serve saved him a little bit, especially early on, and also in that when he did have the break point, Zverev, the serve of Sinner saved it. 7 forehand errors. So Sinner's forehand was a little shaky, but yeah, Zverev's backhand, the thing that he needed the most, as well as the serve, you know, the ground strokes on the serve, the backhand was not there for him, but. Sinner wins. And that's what happens. Sinner might not look good. He might not be feeling good. We're not sure if he's got a back problem. He's looked weird, awkward at times, but didn't affect the score. Didn't affect the match. He only faced 1 break point. Didn't get broken. I mean, you can't say it made him worse. He didn't play any worse. All right, now we're going to go to the other match with Medvedev and Alcaraz, which I got to be honest, I thought this match would be the one that has more. This is the one that's more likely to be the upset. The next one, I'm a little bit worried for Medi because Alcaraz knows how to chop him up, especially on this court. So jump over there, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Don't forget to like the video on the way out. Don't forget to subscribe as well. We're almost at 500 likes, so thank you for that. But by the way, Linda, thank you for the gift of membership too. Sorry I missed that. Sinner wins 2 and 4 in the hot afternoon. He's into the final. He's going to take on the winner of the next match. So stick around if you want to see who Sinner's going to play. We've got Alcaraz versus Medvedev next.